Deontay Wilder has parted ways with Malik Scott. God is good.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talker. We are back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. But before we get to it, let's do our ritual, and that is hitting the like button together as one. There you go. It's just that simple and harmless, and you help the channel to keep going and growing when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. But let's get to what's the meat and potatoes, the main topic of today's discussion for this video, and that is Deontay Wilder, aka Bomb Squad, aka the Bronze Bomber, has finally made a decision that I believe would help with his career progression and development, and that is parting ways with longtime trainer Malik Scott. Well, I say long time, not super long time, but 4 years, you know, since 2021. His first fight with Malik Scott, as far as being trained by Malik Scott, was his last fight against Tyson Fury, you know, where he got stopped in the 11th round, you know, and there's no shame in that, right? Because it is Tyson Fury, so maybe anybody could have trained Deontay Wilder for the Tyson Fury fight, and he might have still lost because Tyson Fury is a great fighter, you know. But it's just the fact that in 4 fights, Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder, that tandem has only won one of them, and that was against Robert Helenius. And they already had a familiarity with Robert Helenius, with him being a sparring partner. So how much credit do you really get? And no disrespect to Robert Helenius, but he's not on the level of Deontay Wilder anyway. So I would think that I could have been training Deontay Wilder to beat him. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, Deontay Wilder was a champion. You know, he's championship material, and he picked up he picked up boxing late, but he was still phenomenal as far as his athleticism and as far as his power and that ability to deliver that power, man. I think he's severely underrated, you know, because that's how the boxing landscape is. You take one loss, then all of a sudden you're garbage.
Know your fucking place, trash.
But he lost. His first loss was to Tyson Fury. There's no shame in that. That fight was to determine who was the best heavyweight, you know. But then, like I said, he was 1-4, and you know, he lost to Joseph Parker, which you'd be like, okay, that's cool. He lost to Joseph Parker under Malik Scott. He lost to Zhale Zhang, Big Bang China under Malik Scott. That might be cool. Let's say he might have lost to them anyway. I don't think so, but let's say he would have, right? It's okay that he lost to them, but it's the way that he lost, you know, with Zhale Zhang make him do the Booker T spin-a-rooney.
Oh boy! Oh, turn around! What you doing? Oh Lord! What you doing? What was he doing? No! What was he doing? It's over.
He ain't getting up, bro.
That nigga
He got up.
Oh,
it's over. It's over, bro. He knew it was over, bro. That nigga turned around like Zab Judah.
Yo, that nigga turned around.
What was he doing? That's bro.
He didn't know who hit him.
He know who hit him is crazy. What was he doing?
He said, I looked at the ref like, nigga, why you hit me?
Right, yeah, exactly. And then Joseph Parker, he made him look like a heavy back. He didn't even throw any punches. So he lost to Tyson Fury, lost to Zhale Zhang, and lost to Joseph Parker, all under Malik Scott's watch. And he only beat Robert Helenius. You know, like I said, it's not too much about him losing to Zhang and Parker and Tyson Fury, but it's how he looked while losing. That's what I'm afraid of. You know, we just didn't see any type of development in his abilities, or he didn't even seem comfortable in the ring, to be honest. Right. So now his next fight, his upcoming fight, to which he split with trainer Malik Scott, he's going against Tyrell Herndon, and Tyrell Herndon has 5 losses, 4 by stoppage, you know. And once again, this is no disrespect to Tyrell Herndon, and I know it's going to sound disrespectful, but he's not on the level of Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder has no business losing to this guy. You know, I know Deontay Wilder is 39 years old with gosh dang damn near 50 fights, but he has no business to lose into a guy like Tyrell Herndon, who, like I said, out of 5 losses, he's been stopped 4 times, and he has multiple 2 stoppage losses in the first round, you know, one of them being by the Nigerian Badman and Efe Ajagba. And then he also has a second round loss to Richard Torres Jr. And he also has a DQ loss to Brandon Glanton, you know. So I just think that Tyrell Herndon, he's pedestrian at best, and I don't think that he should be able to beat Deontay Wilder. But the reason why I'm not sure is because, number one, it's the heavyweight division. One punch says it all. But 2, it's like, I don't know what Deontay Wilder's at, you know. So him splitting from Malik Scott is better late than never. You know, that is a saying, but it could be too late as well. You know, it could be too late because, you know, like I said, just like Robert Helenius, I think that anybody should be able to train Deontay Wilder and make him good enough and prepared to beat Tyrell Herndon. You know, like I said, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying that Deontay Wilder is a higher caliber fighter. But, you know, like I said, he is older, and Father Time does get to you, especially when your game is predicated off athleticism. And athleticism is one of the first things to go when it comes to you getting older. So while I do think that this is great news, that he's splitting from Malik Scott, because I don't think Malik Scott did anything as far as improving Deontay Wilder's game since he's been with him, I will say that I'm a little hesitant to be excited because, you know, I don't know how much Deontay Wilder has left in the tank, regardless of who's training him, whether it's, you know, Coach Calvin Ford or Coach Bo Mack or Coach Robert Garcia or whoever, you know, even Freddie Roach. I don't know how much they could do with this version of Deontay Wilder, but he said that he went to therapy. You know, he sought therapy, and mental health is a real serious issue. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he said he's in a better headspace, those are things to be positive on. You know, the fact he's in a better headspace, he sought therapy, and he switched trainers. So there's some good things to ride with, but at the same time, you still got to consider where he's at in his career, and I don't know how much this will help. And also too, not to mention, his trainer now is Don House, and you know he still has his assistant trainer and his assistant trainer and camp assistants in Jay and what's the other guy's name? Demarius, right? Demarius. So his camp hasn't really changed. It's just that now Don House, who's been a longtime co-trainer with Deontay Wilder, he's at the head of the at the front of the building now. You know what I'm saying? At the front of the vehicle, excuse me. He's a bus driver now. So how much will it really change? Is a guy that he's accustomed to, but you never know. You know, when somebody moves up from an assistant to the head guy, or you know, or the co-trainer to the head guy, things do change. They get to implement their own game plan to have their voice be loud, but him sitting in the corner now, how much of a difference will it be? I don't know, but I'm rooting for Don House and Deontay Wilder to be successful, but we'll see, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. It's just a brief little update on Deontay Wilder. Malik Scott is finally up out of there, you know, and he could go. We still might see Malik Scott this weekend though, because remember he does assist with the camp of Zurdo Ramirez, and Zurdo Ramirez is fighting his WBA mandatory Junior Dorticos on the undercard of Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So we might still see Malik Scott in some capacity, but on Friday with Deontay Wilder's fight in Kansas, it's no go. Deontay Wilder would not be with Malik Scott, and I think that's good news. But don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. And let me know what you think about this new trainer move. Do you think that is good for Deontay Wilder? Do you think it'll make a difference? Or do you think at this point it's too late? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much insignificant and inconsequential. I appreciate y'all. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.